What is up, y'all? We are here today for the Teambuilder for the PBL, the Professional Pokemon Pancreas Pirate Battle League, I believe is the exact name now. And it's a semifinal match. So we go against our boy Kryptic Flash, the guy we played basically we had a week off, but the week before that, that's who we played in week 11. And we get to play him again. So it is a good thing we did not bring like the best team possible last time, because the situation happened, so here we are. So basically, last time he brought a pretty solid team versus me, and I'm gonna switch mine up just a little bit. So on his roster available to bring, he has Latios, Mega Aggron, Darmanitan, Primarina, Hippowdon, Nihilego, Heliolisk, Dhelmise, Gardevoir, Pangoro, and Terrakion. So of those, the last time he brought the Latios, which was Choice Scarf, the Mega Aggron, obviously Mega, he brought Assault Vest, Primarina, just leftovers, Spadef, Hippowdon, leftovers as well. I don't recall the exact spread rather, Dhelmise, but so this time I think if he does bring Dhelmise, I think it's going to be Colbur Berry, because I knocked it off real good with my Mind Chow, so I think Colbur Berry is a good bring for that one, because then he has no problem switching it in on my Mind Chow if it does choose to come. So I'm expecting something like that if he does bring that. Hippo is just good versus me. It just walls a lot of stuff. It roars me around. It toxics things. It is annoying, and it does give me... It does let me set up with a couple things, but last time I brought the Magnet-Rise Diancie, so I am expecting him to be running Iron Head on it this time, so we'll have to play around that and hopefully not get one shot. And then Primarina, it's always a toss-up with the Primarina versus me. He could go just straight up offensive and just slap a Choice Specs on there and just blow something away, or he could run a bulkier set with, like, you know, he could even go like hard defensive for Zygarde, or he could even go just like max HP, max special attack, and just be able to eat a hit and then fire back and kill something, because I really don't switch into it very well at all. There's really only one set, in my opinion, for Mega Aggron. You just run Max Spadef every time, and it just does not die, so that'll be fun to try to break through again. And then the Latios, he did bring Scarf last time, so if it is not Scarf this time, I think it's going to have to be like the Darm or the Nihilego, possibly even the Heliolisk, that are going to be Scarf this time, so we'll have to play around and see what his Scarf is going to be. But yeah, last time I actually brought Zygarde, Mega Diancie, Slowbro, Jolteon, Blacephalon, and Mind Chow. Mind Chow put in a lot of work, Blacephalon did not, Jolteon did not, Slowbro did, and then Mega Diancie was good, and Zygarde, actually Zygarde didn't really get a chance to do very much, but he did get the final kill. So with that, I'm only going to switch it up a little bit, like I said, so let's go ahead and jump right on into this. Rather than bringing the Mind Chow and the Jolteon this time, I'm going to be going with the Amistar and the Persian. So, looking at his team, Alolan Persian just does very, very well versus it. It outspeeds everything on his team, barring Scarfers. Granted, Terrakion does kind of have fun with it, because it can just kind of set up Swords Dances, and I can't, you know, foul play, or I'm going to give it a boost, but I don't know if he's going to bring Terrakion. It's just outsped by Mega Diancie and just bopped, basically, so we'll see. Plus, Amoonguss and Slowbro both kind of wall it, so, and with the possibility of Scizor being, yeah, it's probably not coming. The more I read into it, the more I was like, yeah, that's not coming. But with the Persian, I got the Darknium Z, so I can go for the Z Parting Shot if it's going to be very helpful versus his team, because with all the bulk he has, it looks like all my stuff's going to kind of get worn down slowly if I don't do something about it, so I really need to have that option to just be able to bring something back. Taunt Toxic is good for stuff like Hippo, hell, even Latios, just the bulkier things that I don't want toxicking me back, or, you know, potentially setting up in my face. And then, yeah, Fur Coat, obviously doubling the defense stat helps out a lot, helps us not get two-shot by the Mega Aggron's Heavy Slam, helps us take Darm hits better. We still die to Primarina, but yeah. Then, the last time I had Calm Mind Slowbro, a similar set to this, but I had T-Wave, because I figured I didn't really need to hit the Lottie. If I could just T-Wave it, then something else could come in and clean it up. But this time, I'm going for Sweep. I'm going for the game here. So, the only way he was really able to wear me down was he Toxic'd me with Hippo. And with Rest Talk, if I get a little bit of luck on my side, I can kind of just boost up and then just start scalding things and everything. Not a lot of stuff on his team wants to take scalds, and the things that do can't really do much to me back. Pre-Marina is a problem for this set, but I have I have some stuff on Pokey Rick over there that I think is gonna help out with that. But yeah, it's really solid versus him, man. This wearing everything down with Scald Burns is awesome, and he doesn't have much that can break it. This is also our switch into Mega Aggron. If he does want to try to heavy spam versus me, I can just he can take some chip, you know, and it'll be a good time. But basically nothing special. Nothing's really changed except for the Rest Hawk. Then Mega Diancie with a Rock Polish Calm Mind set. It's kinda a dual dance, but that's like a dance and a half. But with Magic Bounce, he can't, you know, if he has to think twice basically about before he goes for rocks, toxic, any kind of status move or taunts or anything like that. And it is gonna be it's gonna be nice to kind of have that in the back. If I can get it Mega Evolved sooner than later, then it'll be even more helpful, obviously. But it is nice keeping it unmegged because then you can switch it in and eat a hit, and then, you know, come in and outspeed stuff. So that's enough speed just to outspeed the Scarflotti once again. Last time he was Scarflotti, but he was still, you know, max speed basically. So it's a speed tie every time, and I figured that I didn't want to risk the speed. Last time I just risked the speed tie that wasn't really a speed tie, but this time I didn't really want to risk it. I wasn't feeling very lucky, so I just figured we'll go Rock Polish. So that way, last time he had HP Steel. I'm expecting HP Steel once again, or a Dragon Dance set with Steel Wing would be cool, because like Dragon Claw, Steel Wing, and then maybe mixed with like T-Bolt. That's pretty solid versus me. I can't really do much to that, so something like that could be cool. And I don't want to lose to that. So the Rock Polish really helps with that. And it's just a solid mon versus his team, man. The Fairy ground coverage, he really does not switch into this very well. And the things that do switch into one obviously die to the other. And it's just a solid mon versus him. It's gonna put in a lot of work, I think. It's gonna be some stuff. Then we have our designated lead Blacephalon here, and basically this thing is to. Last time I was able to get a kill and then I died, basically, because this is just revenge by Lottie every single time. So I figured, why not just go out in style, you know? So as if having Mind Blown already wasn't enough recoil, we got Explosion on here just to get just the maximum amount of damage, because although this is one of the very few things that can OHKO Mega Aggron, but even though I believe with the calc it's not guaranteed kill unless I have a Life Orb, but no Life Orb this time. So I'm just sashed, so I can lead off against anything, whatever he wants to do. If he does want to have like lead into Lego, I got the Psyshock for that. Shadow Ball just does good damage to most stuff on his team, and Mind Blown obviously is just a nuke that's going to blow something up. And I think his easiest switch into this is Pre-Marina, so I can just go for the Shadow Ball and kind of, you know, lull him into a false sense of security that I can't really touch him, and that can explode. And removing Pre-Marina from the team just helps me out so much for Zygarde Sweep, for Slowbro being able to Calm Mind up and whatnot, and even for a lowland Persian being forced out by less things. So if we can get rid of the Pre-Marina early, that'll be very, very helpful, and then hopefully we can go from there with the game plan. So this is just a weakness policy Zygarde. I've brought this before. It didn't work last time, but I think he has so much super effective coverage on me that it has a solid chance to work. So I got enough speed just to be able to speed tie with a potential Scarf Darmanitan, just in case it's not in range of an E-Speed, because that thing's HP stat is pretty fat, but his defenses are so low. But I don't know, we'll see. I just didn't want to like lose to a Darmanitan, basically. Just D-Dance 3 attacks. With the weakness policy, the plan is to Parting Shot out with Shitty Kitty there, and let this take a super effective hit at -1, boost up my weakness policy and whatnot, and then I can E-Speed stuff, I can D-Dance up potentially if I'm already in front of something, and it's just going to be fun. You know, I think this is a solid chance to work, and if it doesn't, it's always nice to have E-Speed in the back as well as just a strong, not fully invested, but adamant outrage is going to hurt a lot. Nothing's trying to take that, you know, except fairy types, but whatever. And yeah, 1,000 Arrows is just very, very spammable versus his team. It's nice to have just something that hits really, really hard that he just can't switch into, basically. Mega Aggron takes it surprisingly well, but I'm hoping he'll just hit me with an Ice Punch or something and activate the weakness policy if it hasn't already been. And then obviously with the Z Parting Shot, it kind of gives me 2 chances, so if I'm not hit super effectively the first time, I can try it again. And, okay. Last but definitely not least, this is easily my favorite mon on the team. we have Amistar. So my thought process here is he doesn't have good removal unless it's going to be, like, his only removal is Lati or Dhelmise, which isn't the best versus me because Amistar gets fucking Reflect type. Reflect type Amistar, my guy. Reflect type Amistar. Okay, check this out, right? So I get this in versus Dhelmise or really anything that doesn't want to take a Scald Burn. I get this in, he has an easy switch, you know, to Dhelmise. Potentially AV. Ice Beam isn't going to be doing very much. It's a 3-hit KO, I think. But with this spread, I do 2-hit KO, a more offensive variant of Dhelmise. So I start setting up spikes. He's like, okay, well, I have an easy switch into Dhelmise here. So then, obviously, because he times 4 hits me, he spins, and then I'm forced out. And then his triple stab, because of the Steelworker ability, is very, very hard for me to switch into. So we're going to bait that thing in, and we're going to try our very best to get this to work. So I'm going to start setting spikes. I'm going to be clicking Scald, trying to burn stuff, and then he's going to go into Dhelmise, right? So I hit Reflect type. Not only do I then become his type, but then if he predicts to switch out and just goes right for the rapid spin, then I spin block him with his own typing, and it's going to be hilarious. Then I have the Catsup Berry, so whenever he's like, okay, well, if you're a ghost type, I'm going to hit you with a ghost type move, I resist that. That gives me an extra turn, and in all this madness, I should have gained 2 or 3 extra turns and be able to set full spikes and hopefully take out the Dhelmise or at least burn it with Scald. Whew, I feel like a lawyer delivering a presentation for that. Good God! if you're in the PCP Discord, you already saw me post this in there because I was showing our boy Dorian the madness that this is. And basically, I am Shell Armor as well. So even if, you know, high crit ratio, nope, none of that. Shell Armor cannot be struck by a crit. Amazing. Just a little guarantee that no hacks can be happening at least on that turn. And I have enough defense and HP and whatnot to basically be able to live all those hits from Dhelmise, and then I can also live, well, not at the same time, but I can live that. I can live 2 Earthquakes from Aggron pretty easily. Hippo doesn't do very much to me. I don't think he stays in on this with Hippo because Scald does so much. I am modest, so good golly. But yeah, it's got good natural defense, so I live a couple hits. I live some Earthquakes and whatnot. Heavy Slam, I think, isn't even a 3-hit KO. Maybe it's a roll for 3-hit KO. But basically, if everything goes according to plan, I should be able to set 3 layers of spikes, and then everything that comes in is going to be so chipped down that something like Mega Diancie Rock Polished up in the back, or Zygarde at potentially +3, or hell, even Calm Mind Slowbro can just put in a lot of work versus him, and then hopefully everything, you know, goes according to plan, and it just works out, because last time we played the game so far in each other's heads that, like, every turn felt like a 50-50, even if you know there was a solid play to make that didn't have a lot of downsides. It was always like, well, does he know I'm gonna do that? You know, it's just like you get too far in your head and you start overthinking. And this is a playoffs match. That was fun, and it's fun to play at like a more high level. But I need to kind of force this to just go down one path, basically. So just to, you know, prevent myself from being bopped again, because he did stay in on my Slowbro with his Mega Aggron. I predicted him to switch out into Primarina, so I doubled from my Slowbro to my Jolteon. That man stayed in and clicked Earthquake and just one-shot my Jolteon. It was pretty funny, but I made some solid plays in that game too. Obviously, I'll leave the link. I should have left a card or a timestamp or something in the description, some kind of something if you want to go check that out, because that was a good game. But yeah, I did play pretty well during that. We did take the W at the end of the day, so hopefully we can do the same thing and move on to playoffs. The winner of this goes on to play the winner of Garchomp the God and veteran trainer John in the finals. So this is kind of a big deal. That's why I'm doing the team builder kind of beforehand. Kryptic also does these, and that's what kind of gave me the motivation to want to do one, because, you know, it's playoffs. You know, this is big dick leagues now. So yeah, check out his team builder. Like, subscribe, do all that bullshit. Let me know if you have any more questions about the team or anything. The battle will go up probably at the same time that this one up tomorrow. So yeah, bye forever.